I show you that how you can make clusters. So as you can see, I just set my path as Python course. In Python course folder, I make a subfolder create clusters, and in this create clusters subfolder, I make a Python file. I make a Python file create clusters.py, and in this Python file, we are going to do our coding session. So first of all, let me import the matplotlib library, and in this, I import the pyplot module from the matplotlib library, and next I import the load iris dataset, get the dataset details, then I get the feature matrix and the target variable. Then I import the k-means from the cluster module in the sklearn library to do the unsupervised learning by using the k-means cluster algorithm. And here's the wcv within cluster variations, and let me see the optimum number of clusters that this k-means cluster is telling to me. And wait a second. So as you can see, this graph, there is an elbow at 2 and there is an elbow at 3. So let me draw this. There is an elbow at this point 2, and there is an elbow at this point, which is look, which we can look easily. So here as you can see that where we can use to, we can have 3 clusters or we can have 4 clusters. But here's the thing, like we all know about the iris dataset, and it contains the 3 categories, which are the setosa, versicolor and the virginica. So we all know that there is a 3 groups. So let's take the 3 clusters, and let's see that how this algorithm says about the clusters. So here I get the predictions, like I just provide the data of the iris data, and this feature matrix, this x doesn't have any data regarding that this flower is belongs to which iris classification, like which iris species. So there in this x matrix, there is nothing about that this flower is about the which iris species, this flower is about which iris species. So let's see that how this algorithm predicting about that. So first of all, I want to show you both at the same time. So this is our original data, which where I have this y value. As you can see that this is the y value, which is the already get from the data set. This is the original y value, and y pred is the value which is predicted by the algorithm. So let's see the difference between them. So I just making this figures at the same time, making 2 figures. And where is it? Second one. Wait a second. Let me execute this. And why it is not showing? Wait a second. Oh, okay. So I have to paste it here. And when I execute this, yeah. So as you can see, these are the first clusters original, this is the second cluster original, this is the original, and this is the predicted, and this is the third cluster. Green part is the original, which is set by, which is already given, and this is the third cluster, which is made by our algorithm. So it is quite close. As you can see that there is some mismatch, but it is approximately 90% close, that our algorithm can states that this flower is belongs to one class, this flower is belong to another class, and this flower is belong to another class. So our prediction is quite close by using this algorithm without any training, without going any training. So now let's see. This is on the basis of sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal. This is on the basis of sepal length and the sepal width. As you can see, 0 is sepal length, 1 is sepal width. Now let's see the graph on the petal length and the petal width. As I told you earlier that if we have the n number of dimensions, 4 number of dimensions, then how can we visualize our data? How can we plot our data if we have four number of dimensions, then I just told you that take the first two dimensions and plot them, and take another two dimensions and plot them. So here, as you can see, I take the first two dimensions, sepal length, sepal width, and plot them. Now I'm taking the another two dimensions, petal length, petal width. So now let plot this. Wait a second. Paste it here. And now let's see the prediction and our original value. So this is our predicted, this is our original. So as you can see that our prediction and the original value is quite close. There is somewhat mismatch, yes, obviously, but I can say that approximately 90% of data is classified by using this k-means clustering without doing any training. So that's the beauty of this. So here we make some clusters, and as you can see, we make these clusters. So we make these three clusters. One, wait a second. We make three clusters. One, this is blue part is two, and this is this is green part is three. So now when we get these clusters, let's say that this is not about the IDs. Let's say this is you are working in a store, and this is about the customers who are coming in your store. So now now how you can deal with this data. So what you can do now what you can do, that you can see that this is let's assume this is salary, and let's assume this is expense, and I am just taking it as an example. It is not a real data, and it is not about the customers, but I am just show you that if you are in a store, and you get these clusters, then how can you what you can do with these clusters. So that's why I'm showing this, but it is not about the customers, it is about a flower data set. So here, let's say it is a salary and this is an expense. So we can say that their salary and expense is low. So they buy only the cheapest things from your store. So you don't have to target them when there is a thing like 15% sale or 50% discount or something like that. Then you can target these people, and these peoples are those who can maybe buy the luxurious thing, may buy luxurious things, but most of the times they buy only the household things which are required in their house. So whenever there is a sale, you can target them. When there is a luxurious thing, but not too much at expense, but their price is not too much high, then you can also target them. And let's say there is a luxurious thing whose price is very high, then you can just target these people whose salary is also high, whose salary is high and expenses also high, whose salary is very high and expenses also very high. So that's what you can do with your that's what you can do with your clusters. And yeah, that's all for this. And don't assume this is a customer data. It is a iris classified data, but somewhat it's look like to me for store data. Like you can also somewhat you can also scatter plot this scatter plot or this plot in the for the store customer data. So I just explain it to you. So that's all for our today's session, where I just tell you about the creating clusters and handling those clusters. And this is our file. So that's all for our today's session. Thank you. Bye. Take care. Stay motivated and keep learning.